recording. Okay, we are live, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so let's look at our vocab words. So make sure that you are up here. Every week we're going to have new vocab words. This week we have 8 of them. Okay, let's look at these together. So the first one I have on here is afford. Let's click on that. On yours, you're going to follow along by clicking on afford. And then I need a reader for this right here. Can I get a reader, Zach?
Jill looked at the price tag to see if she could afford to buy the blouse.
Yes, the blouse, the shirt. Blouse is a fancy word for shirt, okay? So here we're talking about money, right? I would love a Lamborghini, but I can't afford it on a teacher salary, okay? I don't have enough money. Okay, if you can afford it, it means you have what?
Money.
You have enough money to purchase it or acquire it, okay? That's the example. Okay, the definition is if you can afford something, you have enough money to pay for it. Good on that one? All right. Next word. Loan. L-O-A-N. And the example for loan is, I need a reader for this one, someone other than Zach who has not read, that wants to read. Erlen, can you read this for us, please?
Lynn asked her mom for a loan of $5.
Okay. Lynn asked her mom for a loan of $5. Okay. So when you loan something, you are like borrowing it. Okay. If you're the person that's getting the loan, you're borrowing it, so then you can return it. So does this mean that she has to return the $5 to her mom if it's a loan? Okay. Anytime it's a loan, that means you have to return it later. So, have you seen those paycheck places that you can go and get a paycheck loan? So those are, one, they're a ripoff. So try to avoid them if you can. But those, you have to return those back with interest. If you get a loan from the bank to buy a car or a house, okay, you have to return it with interest, meaning that you have to return what you borrowed, plus give them a little fee for loaning it to you. Okay. In this case, do you think that Lynn has to return the $5 plus some interest? Maybe not. No. Yes.
I mean, that mom goes
If she wanted to teach her a lesson, I'm sure she would say with interest. But she's doing it as a favor, right? So she'll probably just want the $5 back. Okay. So a loan is something that you do. Let's look at the definition here. A loan is money borrowed. It doesn't have to be money. It can be whatever. Like if I needed a pencil from one of you, I say, "Hey Zach, can I borrow your pencil for a little bit?" And then I use it and I give it back to Zach. Okay, that's a loan. No, but okay. So any questions about loaning? A loan. Okay, have you heard that word before? Yeah. Okay. Next word. Profit. This one's kind of tough. Okay, can I get a reader for profit? Let's go A-Rod and then you do the next one, okay?
Jem and Anna set up a lemonade stand and made a profit of $5 from the sales.
Okay. So a profit is money that you make in addition to. So if you're like selling lemonade or cookies or whatever, right? If you're selling that to make money, okay? If you're selling lemonade to make money, so after you sell the lemonade, you make like $20 for that day, which is pretty good for lemonade, right? And then you have to like give some back for the materials, the lemonade, the water, the cups, the signs that you have to make, you know. So after all that costs about $5 after the lemonade, the signs, the cups, the like, what else? Maybe if you have a partner, the sugar, yeah, maybe if you have, yeah, the ingredients. So after all that, that costs $5. You make 20, right? You have $15 left.
And the permission to make
Yeah.
the video.
The $15 that you have left over is the profit you make. That make sense? So it's whatever you have left over after you like pay back. Maybe your mom loaned you $5 for that stuff, and that's why. So you pay your mom back. Okay? So whatever you have left over, what you put in your pocket or what you put in savings, right, is your profit. Let's look at the definition of profit. Second check on. Alright, let's close this out. Alright, can I get a reader for the definition of profit? If you've already read, you can. Or if not, go for it, sweetie.
Is the amount of money left after all business costs are paid.
Perfect. Because the money left over from after you take care of all of your business costs. Okay. So, do you know how much restaurants make off of you? Whenever you go and buy, say for example, let's use Chick-fil-A. Okay, let's use one of the 6-piece chicken nugget meal.
Yeah.
Okay, that costs about what, $6 for the meal, right? Roughly $6, I think, for like the chicken nuggets, the drink, and the fries, right? It costs them less than $1 to make all of that stuff. Okay. So they're making like $5 off of you after they take care of the $1 that it costs to make all those things. So they're making quite a bit of money off of you. It's roughly about 300% of what they have to use of their own money to make the stuff and then sell it. Okay? Yes, ma'am.
Have you ever been to Texas Roadhouse?
Mm-hmm.
It's expensive.
Yes, it is. And so, yes, the more expensive, the more delicious it is, the more expensive it is. So, but they're still making a lot more money off of you. Okay, it depends on the restaurant. Okay, so that's profit. Next one. Where did it go? Prosper. This one's kind of a one that we don't normally use. Okay, when you're prosperous, when you prosper, it means that you're making a lot of money, or you're wealthy, or you have a lot of things. Here, they are. She looks like she is an owner of a farm, right? And she, as you can tell, she has a lot of lettuce to sell. So she's prosperous. She's making a lot of money. Okay.
People pay a lot of money to get there.
Right. So like Jeff Bezos, the guy that owns Amazon, you know who he is, yeah? About the guy that owns Facebook. Okay. Those people, the guy that owns Twitter, the guy that owns is basically the guy that owns yes, TikTok. Those people are prosperous because they are making a lot of money off of their users. Okay? The guy that owns YouTube, they're making a lot of money. They're prosperous, so they prosper. So it means basically if you are successful in your business, okay, you prosper. Prosperous. Okay, the definition here is when you prosper, you do well and become successful. Okay? Next one. Risk. What is a risk? Some of you are taking a risk by not paying attention right now. Roxana, what is a risk?
A risk is where
sort of dangerous, could be dangerous,
Could harm you.
could harm you, right? Could bankrupt you, meaning that you could lose all your money if you don't.
Like a gamble.
That's a risk. Gambling is a risk.
Which is
Right.
bad.
Placing a bet is a risk. Going out into a busy intersection and trying to cross it is a risk, right?
A minefield.
Yes, a minefield is a risk. Okay. What else are a risk? How about eating
Bungee jumping.
eating sushi from a gas station? Is that a risk?
They have sushi at gas stations?
Some of them do.
This makes me hate gas stations.
I know. So would that be a risk?
Yes.
Yeah, because you're putting yourself in danger by eating food that may or may not be safe to eat. Yeah. Sometimes, although I've had some really good food from gas stations
Or
and
like
different
buying
types
the
of.
lottery ticket.
Right, so that's a risk. It's a chance of loss or harm. Let's see the example here. Ooh. Firefighters take great risks when they enter a burning building. Agree?
Yeah.
Yeah, because they could be harmed, right? Ooh, savings. Ray sets aside $1 a week from his allowance and puts it into his savings. So savings is what you put aside, okay, in order to save up. So if you have a piggy bank, you're going to put money in there, and that's going to help you add to your savings. So savings is money set aside for the future. Is it too early for you to start a savings account?
No.
No. If you have some sort of income coming in, whether it's allowance or if you do chores and get paid for it, you could start savings that way, right? So
Speaking of
it's
money,
money set aside for the future.
speaking of money, my mom owes me $5.
There you go. You might have
That's
to
an
collect on that.
example of a loan.
All right, next one. Scarce. Say this word, please. Scarce.
Scarce.
Not scared. Scarce.
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 Yes, scarce. Some people say scarce, scarce, okay, but it means without. Like when it is, what happens to like, have you ever seen like a puddle that's in the ground? So like when like over here when it gets flooded, right? And then just pretend that we turn that into like a pond, okay? But then it doesn't rain. And then what happens to the pond? The water evaporates, okay? So how could you use scarce in that term? If it means difficult to get or find, if the water is scarce, what's going to happen to the pond? It's going to dry up, okay? So scarce means that you're not getting enough, or you don't have enough, okay? Let's look at the example here. Oh, hello. When water can become scarce after many hot weeks with no rain. Can you see how water becomes scarce here? Because it basically turns into like a dry creek bed, right?
Is he in a desert?
No, this is the bottom of a pond whenever there's no water. That's what it looks like, yeah.
Oh, that's scary. That's awesome.
So those cracks, it's just like, because that's where the mud is. The mud for where the water sits, you know. So if there's no water, it's going to dry up, and then it's going to be lacking or without. Difficult to get or find. Okay. Questions about scarce? Everybody say that word with me, please.
Scarce.
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 Not scared. Scarce.
Scarce.
It's like scared and race. Yeah. Like yeah, it's like putting scared and race together. Scarce.
Scarce.
Uh-huh.
Why do most of these have to do with money?
I think the theme for this unit is money.
It's dollars.
I would think so. Okay, wages. Wages. Wages are what you have coming in. For example, my job as a teacher, I get paid every month. Okay, so I have wages coming in every month. Okay.
How much do you get paid?
Hmm?
How much do you get paid?
It's enough. We'll just say that. I mean, I'm not without, or I don't have, I don't suffer from being scarce of like food and a nice house and a nice car. So it's enough. Okay. I'm happy to be a teacher. Some people aren't because they don't make enough wages. So that's why people do other things. Okay. But I make enough for my wages, so I'm happy. That's all it is. Okay. Okay. Any question about wages? It's what you have coming in, right?
Yes, I have a question.
Hold on. Let me just give you the example, and then we can do. Okay, these two brothers here earn raking leaves every autumn, every fall. So they make lots of money. They earn wages.
It's $10.
Look at that. He's gonna make it rain.
His brother goes.
Yeah. So they earn wages. That's basically earning money. Okay. Wages and money are the same. Okay. Question. We got a question. You good? Okay. All right.
I'm just gonna ask mine. Next one.
Next one. Are we back to? Oh yeah. Look, we're done. Okay. Your job now. I'm going to turn off this recording. So that was our. So that's our vocab.